Welcome to the show. Don't you know this is a show, but it's also a podcast. So please put us on your podcast platform. That was a stupid ending. We could have went better than that. Should I do it again?
Welcome back to the show. I'm John.
I'm Brittany.
And this is
Random Rewind.
Yes.
Which way is rewind for me? Like, is this
on the camera?
Yeah. Me either. This way might be rewind. This way might be rewind. I don't know. Go backwards. That's what we do. We go backwards in time.
Random rewind.
We randomly go backwards in time and we talk about media and shit because...
Wish I could go back in time. That'd be fucking cool.
I know, but
I tweak a few things here and
Would
there.
you go back to the past? I don't...
It depends, I guess, for what. Like, I would, like, drop myself, like, lotto numbers or something like that. But I don't think I would change, like, the way things are right now, other than... Like, maybe if, like, we could be super wealthy. Other than that, I wouldn't want to change
So you're taking the hot tub time machine approach, and you're just strictly getting rich yourself. You're going to have a Lugal instead of a Google.
No, I don't think... See, that's the funny thing, though, is I don't know if I'd want to take someone else's product unless it's something really shit, like Twitter.
And make it better?
And make it better.
You mean X?
Whatever that trash is these days.
It's just called X.
Yeah, yeah, whatever that garbage is these days. But yeah, I maybe if I were to take a company, something like that, because honestly, I have no problem with Google. I have no problem with YouTube. Everybody that has a problem with YouTube, I don't think understands the amount of effort and work they have to do to make it to operate, just to fucking operate.
Yeah.
Now, I do have a problem with a lot of the rules and regulations for their creators, especially these days. We're getting paid a lot less and less to a lot of these monetary loopholes, and I think that's fucking greed and nothing more.
Okay, I was gonna say, do you think this is it's a greed thing? Because we've been seeing this a lot. Yeah. I mean, and this has happened for eternity.
And YouTube is not fucking what do you call it? Oblivious to it. They know how to.
If anyone's surprised that like big companies are like screwing over people, like welcome to the fucking world. Like this has been happening forever.
The only company that I've noticed that hasn't raised its prices like to a point where it's obvious.
Yeah.
Is honestly Apple. Apple has charged the same amount for their high-end phone. For the last 10 fucking years.
10 years, that thing? But I thought phones were like $1,000. Or because there's tiers.
There's different tiers. So ours is $800.
Okay.
And it's been $800.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed. If I go buy the new one today, it's $800.
Yeah.
Somebody was bitching about their laptop that they had for 10 years. No one's telling you about this. This is a freaking total scam, blah, blah, blah. I think I paid freaking $1,000 for this thing 10 years ago. I'm on, guess what? That same laptop, if you were to buy it today, is a million times fucking better. Well, it's $1,100.
To me, that's great.
A laptop that lasts you. The fact that you said my laptop lasted 10 years
is great. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, who's complaining?
Mine did. I bought mine in my first MacBook Pro. I bought in 2008.
Okay, and so
it died last year.
You went past your. You were past your 10 years.
I bought my brand new MacBook. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's fucking stupid.
I know,
expensive.
but the fact that you could for the fact that it's going to last 10 years and is an investment at that point.
Right, and I built mine I maxed mine out, right? So I built a super expensive MacBook Pro, and I bought the super expensive one back then. I paid $100 more than I did in 2008.
After how many years is that? 12?
And the prices technically haven't changed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, back then, obviously, the money was worth a lot more. Not by much.
I was going to say, yeah, it's a weird
much
with
difference,
inflation and stuff.
But that's what I'm getting at is a lot of Apple's, I mean, some of their stuff is stupid priced, like some of their screens and stuff, but they have reasoning for it. But as far as like their main IT stuff, their iPads, their phones, their computers, they really haven't jumped that much.
Yeah, they've been around the same price point.
Yeah, that MacBook, or not MacBook, that iMac that we have back there, we paid $1,500 for, I don't know how, in 2010, I think is when we bought it.
Okay.
Right? If I were to go buy one today, that's farilly decently built. $1,500.
And it's going to last you a long time.
Oh, I think that's still good. It still runs like a champ.
I spent $800 on a laptop that I hate, and I mean, I'm like, dang, I could have put. It really comes down to investment at that point. Because what's going to be worth your money?
Well, what you're going to use it for too. Like, so if you're going to buy a MacBook Pro and you're going to use it to freaking edit video or do graphic design or something on it, awesome. Yeah. It's a tool. I pay for a tool, right? Yep. I didn't pay an exorbitant amount of money for just a laptop to own a fucking laptop.
But it's not for gaming.
I can use it for gaming.
But
I do. I play
different.
Minecraft on it all the fucking time.
But I guess I bought a MacBook.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me sound stupid. And then I couldn't play Among Us on it with my keyboard.
Right. So
I literally returned it and got a different computer.
So you can play Among Us.
So I could play Among Us.
No, and I understand. That's an okay reason to.
But I don't even like playing on the computer, and I have never played it on that new computer. So in hindsight,
you should have kept the MacBook
I should have kept the MacBook.
And you wouldn't have to buy the freaking iPad.
I wouldn't have to buy the iPad. We live in that. You know what? People make mistakes.
It's okay.
And that was one of them.
That's not a bad mistake, though. I mean, the laptop portion of it is a bad mistake. The buying the iPad, not a bad mistake. There are good tablets out there. Don't get me wrong. My personal opinion, again, this is personal opinion, so you guys can have your own. The iPad in particular for a tablet can do so much that there aren't very many that compete with it on the same level.
No, I am an Android person.
I know.
I love Samsung's operating system. My favorite.
You love Android.
But I can't do, and the reason I know people probably think I'm crazy for even saying that I have an iPad for editing, because why? But I'm like a toucher. I need the pen. You're
not the only one, though. I know I have a handful of friends that also do all their video editing on an iPad.
An iPad. It's a touch thing. It's a control method you don't have with your mouse.
You're not doing like intensive commercial editing. You know what I mean? You're doing content creation editing, which that to me is not as intense as, say, running something with After Effects and all the special effects stuff that I have to run on the laptop. That you can easily run.
That you can run it as an app, and since I like the app, it's easier, and it's for content creation. If I had the tools, I could do more, but it's like when it came down to it, it was like I like that physical touch, so I need to get the iPad, which is cheaper than the laptop. So I don't know, it's like 50-50. But then people say that if you get a mouse and a keyboard, it's like exactly a computer almost.
To the most part, I wish they would tweak the operating system to operate more like Mac OS. Yeah. Less like Mac mobile OS.
Yeah, I think that's the difference. Is it's more of like a big phone than it is a computer.
Right, but there's still differences between the phone and the.
100 million.
You know what I mean? There's a lot more things that the tablet can do than the phone can do. But there's we do have 3 operating systems.
My phone does way more than my tablet can do. And I think that's because the apps are when they are based on to be apps, it's like tablets kind of get thrown in there in the in-between spot, right? They're kind of like in the middle ground.
There are a lot of really good apps that run very, very, very well, especially on the what do you call it? On the Mac tablets, on the Apple tablets.
Oh, the iPad? What are you trying to think of?
Yeah, I don't know. My brain is fucking farting.
The Apple tablet.
The Apple tablet, the iPads, that run a lot better on the iPad than they'll run on anything else, but they're specifically made for it.
Yeah.
So,
also, though, if I was going to get a desktop, I would get a Mac, because I used to have one. It was my favorite type. It was my favorite.
I guess it depends on what you're going to use it for.
Depends what you're going to use it for.
Yeah, so the newest operating system for Mac now allows for more gameplay. So a lot more games are able to play.
I think what it was is I couldn't run Steam on.
You can, you can run Steam, but you can't run all Steam games.
I think that was the thing is and my one friend's like, why'd you get a Mac? You should have bought a PC. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I returned my Mac and got a PC. Now, I hate my fucking PC now. So.
Yeah, now you can. They have an app that runs natively on Mac called Rosetta, and it'll backtrack a lot of the games that run specifically on PC that'll run on Intel processors. That'll run directly.
That will run from them.
Yeah.
Well, eventually, because I have what I got. You get what you get. You don't throw a fit.
No, you're good.
I have what I have.
Eventually, that'll change. But for now, you're good.
And I like to touch screens.
Yeah, and that's the one thing Mac does not offer. They will never offer a touchscreen on their laptop.
Well, they don't have to.
I wish they did. I personally wish they did.
It would be cool.
I think it would be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool.
It'd be useful.
Fold it backwards.
Yeah,
they do. You don't think they ever will, because that's a big thing in other computers.
No, so not all Samsungs,
but Samsung 360 it's a 2-in-1, so it's like you can just flip it backwards and you're good to go.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good, by the way. I've never done it.
Most newer laptops, PC laptops, usually will have a touchscreen option, because it's not an expensive option to add.
It's easy, I would think.
Apple is very specific with their touchscreens. They're going to leave it on their iPads and their phones. And that's
whatever, Apple, you do whatever you want.
You do what you want.
Anyway. 2-in-1, I like when things can be 2-in-1.
I do too. I really do wish they had touchscreen on there. I would be freaking pretty.
Yeah, that would be cool. Hey,
or if they offered a screen what do you call it? Kind of like a Wacom tablet where you can draw on it. That's a secondary screen that I could have on my. I guess I could use an iPad.
You could use an iPad.
Now I'm spending another $1,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On an iPad.
It's not cheap.
No, they're not
cheap. They work, but they're not cheap. Okay. Hi, we're at a podcast. That's what we do.
What were we talking about?
Oh, I know what we're talking about.
What are we talking about?
We are talking about something really important. Okay, super important. Your drink is empty.
I'm out of tea. God damn it.
Well, I got the tea right here.
You got the tea?
This is the tea.
Share the tea.
We are going to share movies that we would never watch again. I know that sounds crazy, but you ever see a movie and then you feel bleh afterwards, or you're just kind of like, what? Like, or, you know, it shakes your world so much, you're like, I can't go through that experience again.
Yeah. There's a few of those that I could, either they're so, like, grotesque that I will never watch them again, or they're just so fucking boring, or just the storyline, plotline, whatever it is just so trash. Yeah. I would never recommend it.
You're not recommending it.
Yeah.
I would say these ones, my refusal ones, are ones that hit me almost like emotionally, where I was like, I don't want to go through that roller coaster again.
One of yours that I know you're going to say, I'm not going to say the name because you're going to fucking say it, throws me for a loop a bit because I don't understand, but you have your reasons and I get it.
Are you talking about Click?
I am talking about
Click.
So
what you... Okay. It throws you for a loop?
Yeah, because I didn't hate that movie, but I don't know.
When you watched, I mean, did you feel... Okay, when he goes back, when he's... Okay, everyone knows Click. I've talked shit about it before. It's not a bad movie, okay? It's a good movie. I just cannot watch it because emotionally, this shit fucks me up.
I see what you're saying.
When he goes back in time and says, show me the last time I saw my dad, and they're in that, like, he's a fucking corporate dude, and, like, his dad's, who's played by Henry Winkler and does an amazing job, is real kind and like, hey, like, let's spend some time together, and he's just this fucking asshole jerk to him, and then you're like, it hits you emotionally, and then at the very end,
I see what you're saying.
Already, like, demised his whole family down, and he's literally crying in the rain, and you're sad, but it's like, when it showed back that moment of, like, show me the last time I saw my dad, and how, like, emotional I guess it made me, or how bad I felt for Henry Winkler obviously did an amazing job, because I felt so, I was in fucking tears, you know what I mean? So
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
For me, it's not the movie specifically, okay? I'm not knocking if you like Click. It's a good movie, but how it hit me emotionally, I do not.
I absolutely get it. 100%.
Want to go through that roller coaster again.
I get what you're saying. No, I totally understand it. To me, so I didn't hate the movie, but I didn't, like, love the movie. But for the parts the part that got me was kind of like, we talked about this before, the movie Time Machine. Okay. Where you feel like not so much bad for him, but we have such a short time on this planet, and for him to have fast forwarded through his entire life with his kids and his wife, all for what? Because
to die in the street, I guess.
I guess just to fucking get past a certain moment in life, but he's fast forwarding past everything you should fucking cherish. That to me felt like it was so wasteful of life, and I understand how it ended, blah blah blah.
No, but I think that's also a great point. I think that is an absolutely fantastic point, and maybe that's another reason why I had a hard time with it, because it does hit you in that sense too. Is like, okay, you're only here for X amount of time. Yes. And if you fuck that shit up, like, that's it. It's over. Yeah, like, you're gonna die, and then that's
There's no fucking remote control that'll take you fucking back.
And I think that's what hit me too with it, is the fact that, like, he already went so far, and there is no coming back now. Like, when he says, "Show me my dad," it's like, you fucked up, dude. Oh yeah. You have pushed through your life. Your kids hate you. Your wife hates you. Whatever you thought that you wanted was obviously not what you wanted, and it always stems back to the same thing: power and money. That's what everybody wishes for, right? When they get a fucking genie, they want to be rich and famous, or they want money and power. That's usually the two go-tos.
Yeah, I guess so.
I can't clearly remember what his objective was in the first place to want to be out of the situation. I don't know why Christopher Walken shows up, but he does. So, and that because I haven't seen it. Like I said, I saw it when I was 16.
I think it was. I wish I didn't have to go to XYZ event. And it gives them the opportunity to fast forward through it.
And then that really snowballs it into a thing of, like, and that's, again, It's a great story. It's fantastic.
They do say it at one point in time. You were just never there because he was like absent the entire because he's not physically there. He's fast forwarding through his life.
It's true though. In Buddhism, they say that you can't be doing two things at the same time. So if I'm doing this podcast now and I'm on my phone, I'm not going to give full attention to either one. So neither one is going to be given 100%.
Exactly. The people that put on their resume, I can multitask. There's no such thing as actual multitasking.
And see, that gets me mad because I'm an avid multitasker.
But you can't physically multitask. You can do one thing while you're waiting on one doing another. That's multitasking.
You can multitask, but I don't think you can do it with people. I don't think other people can be involved because I can go and exercise and listen to a book at the same time, right? I am multitasking. I'm listening to
I can absolutely do something like that because one is mindless.
But I'm saying that's putting it into you're putting it into the category of like, yes, now I'm doing two things at once. That's not really multitasking.
You're not doing
I think that counts as two things
You're right,
at once.
but that's what people will count as two things at once. But that's not physically. You're not physically doing two things. You're shutting your brain down for one because it's an easy task to remember. It's muscle memory.
Yes.
And the other one is you're physically remembering or reading, listening to.
But you're doing two separate things.
Technically, it's like walking and chewing gum. You're doing two separate things.
But you are.
But you can't do physically like I can't send out a fucking email and fucking write a report at the same time.
At the same time, and to me, I always picture it with my children.
Yeah.
It's like, can I be editing and spending time with my kids at the same time? I can't. Like I can be
because you're not giving one or the other full attention.
Exactly. I could be halfway present with one and halfway present here, but until I'm giving my full attention to what's going on, and I think in the movie, Adam Sandler doesn't pay attention to what is really important, which is spending time with his family and kids and wife and making sure that his relationships are built. Instead, it's more of a fast forward through it. And we all saw how that ended. It was bad.
Yeah, I mean, he fast forward through his life in an hour.
In an hour, I know. It's so quick.
Yeah.
And it's those emotions that hit me. And most of my list is movies that I will not rewatch because of how I felt watching it. And that's not a knock to the movie. Okay?
I hear you.
It obviously did the exact right thing. Because it made me feel. And when you are creating...
There are songs like that.
Oh, yeah.
I have songs like that. I will not listen to
because you can't...
Because I either mix them with a funeral or the death of a loved one.
It reminds you of a loved one.
I can't.
So you don't. And that's,
I just don't. I refuse to.
That's the exact same mind path
I got you.
I'm on.
I follow you.
And I'm not knocking it for people who like to watch it. It's more of how I felt in that moment. I don't want to feel that way again.
Right. My feeling for the movie is that I don't like, or I will never watch again, are not that deep.
Yeah, yours is a less deep thing.
Except for one.
Mine goes a little deeper. Let's jump into one of yours because we've covered mine and we all know how I feel about it.
Yeah, one of them goes into taking life for granted to another fucking level. And I've never watched this movie, and I refuse to. I've seen previews for it numerous times when it was first fucking released. And I physically felt nauseous. Like, actually wanted to fucking throw up when I thought about how the process of this was. It's the Human Centipede. If you like shit like that, how?
I also haven't seen that, and I don't want to. I did see
I can't, and I won't. That's just the thought of shoving one's head up one's ass and down the line, and that's how they make this. It's disgusting.
You just have to hope you're in the front.
Even then.
I don't.
Oh my God!
I don't want to do. I'm in the front. I don't give a shit.
I don't want to be any part of that. I don't.
I don't want.
No,
it to
just
happen.
kill me at that point.
But did you see the South Park episode where they spoofed it?
No.
And to get part of the Human Centipede was to read your terms and service from your phone. And everyone read it except for Kyle, and Kyle had to be part of the Human Centipede because in your terms and service, it was written in there. Like, if you agree to this, so Kyle's like, he goes to people like, are you going to be in this Human Centipede thing? And everyone's like, no, I read the terms and service. I said, no. And he's like, I never read it. And everyone's like, you don't read the terms and service? And I'm over here like, yeah, absolutely not. I don't read my terms of service. And if I end up as a Human Centipede, it's going to be horrible. But it's funny how they took it to that extreme.
Yeah.
But could you imagine being put in this, like, what are your options now? Okay, right? Like, you're in a situation that's like, okay, John, you're either going to be put in this Human Centipede.
Kill me.
Or
Kill me.
now what? But you're gonna have to. You're gonna. I don't. If we're gonna have to. I don't want to go morbid, but I'm like
murder me.
You're gonna have to run for your life. Like you're gonna have to fight for your life.
I'll take a chance to die.
You would
not be part of that.
So you would choose death over that.
Oh fuck yeah!
That's I think disgusting. I would too. That's
just so fucking
insane.
Grotesque.
I know, and I think that's what when that movie came out. Like you said, you didn't see it. I haven't seen it either.
And I will never watch it.
No, because
you can't force me to.
But the concept of it is so insane as us as humans to even think about, right?
Yeah, no.
Because
somebody thought about it, and they put a fucking whole film together about it.
I know. And
Holy shit,
that's
dude.
their legacy, but that's their thing. You know, people are into that gore.
Hey, to me, there's a difference between gore and that. Like, if you've ever seen a Saw movie, to me, that's gore and fucking hyper fucking, like, almost realistic, like, a possibility of things happening. His traps and stuff are obviously so extravagant that would never fucking really happen. But that, to me, feels more realistic, and the possibility of that is actually more scary than something along the lines of a human centipede.
You being sewed to an ass.
That's just fucking gross.
I know.
It made me nauseous.
It makes me nauseous thinking about it because it's and you don't want to be on the end either.
Yeah, like I've seen like movies like House of a Thousand Corpses where it's like there's a lot of gore involved in that, and to me again that feels a little more in the realm of possibility that makes it horrifying. Yeah. Where this, again, it's just...
And you know what? That brings up another one of ones that are on my list. And it's called Midsummer. And I watched it essentially because they said, this is a movie about a cult. And I was like, I'm in. I'm in.
We all know Brittany loves cults.
Love cults.
She's in like 5 or 6. She can't make up her mind on which one is sticking.
I don't know which one's taking the most advantage of me, okay? Like, I don't know which one to pick.
She's trying to figure it out.
I'm like, that's why I'm so broke. I gave all my money to happiness and it never showed up.
Damn it.
And if it's not pain, they're selling you something. You know, that's just what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
So I saw it because they said, hey, this is about cults. So I'm jumping in here like, yeah, let's go. I don't even know how I found it, but I found it.
Sure.
I start watching it, and man, right away in the beginning, it's like, boom! There's a murder suicide.
Oh, okay.
But it's very graphic.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, this is wow. Okay. And then I keep watching the movie because I'm like, oh, they're trying to get the shock value in the beginning.
Sure.
And
gotta grab you somehow.
The lead character, that's her story, has to go off of this. So now I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. I watch it more, and it just gets more gory and gory and gory I had no idea.
I've never seen it.
The type of movie it was going to be. It's
really?
A great movie. It's fantastic. But
it's overkill?
It's not overkill, but when you go into it blind, you get confused. Like, I had no idea the amount of gore I was going to be met with. And I'm not a gory movie person, right? Yeah. Like, it's not for me.
Sure.
So, literally, like, I'll say one part, but somebody jumps off a cliff, he doesn't die, and they like mallet his face, and it's,
oh my god!
I know, and it's very vivid and very whoever did the visuals for this did a fantastic job because it looks real, and it's a great movie. Do it. And then you finish it because it's nuts. And those of you who've seen it know you need to watch it. I do recommend watching it.
But you said never watch it again.
I won't. But I've already seen it.
Okay.
Like, it's one of those I saw it one time, and that's all I need to see it.
Okay.
If it didn't have as much gore in it, I probably could watch it again.
I see.
Because the story of it is fantastic.
Okay.
But the gore is, like, it's hard for me. And I don't even get, like, physically sick or anything like that. It's just, like, I don't want to see it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with imagining what that face would have looked like without seeing what it does look like.
Right, I see what you're saying. They took it a step too far for you.
It was too far for me.
Got it.
But I think that was the whole point of the movie. That's what makes it so graphic and so it's fantastic. I probably won't watch it again because I've already felt those emotions and I already felt that through it.
And you're done.
And it's a fucking roller coaster. Like, it is. It's a roller coaster of it. So you're like, do I want to go back on? I don't know. I do like thrills, but
I like thrills to a certain... I guess so. Yeah, there's a lot of movies I think that I've seen that I don't think I would ever like recommend for anybody else to go and watch. Like I didn't like. I've seen Clockwork Orange with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to watch that ever again, Just the amount of drug use and everything else in it. It's just too much for me.
I watched it when I was really young.
I watched it when I was a teenager.
And I don't think I understood context of it, but I don't think I really understood the whole thing about it.
It's a good film, and it does tell a good story. But
I was more like, I thought he was cool because he spoke in a British accent, and to me, like, that's all I needed. I literally dated someone who would talk to me in a British accent.
That's funny.
Like, all the time.
But I could see that,
because I liked British accents. I was like, but then it went because, like, well, you're not, so it's a facade. It was funny. It was funny. That one, though, hold on. I just lost
your train of thought?
My train of thought, and I got something in my eye at the same time.
Oh, no. Get it out.
I'm okay. No,
I
blinked it out. It's okay.
You're sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
Right.
I think. I don't know how to look on camera. You guys tell me to look
just tears fucking running down her face.
Okay, what movie were we just saying? Because I just went
Clockwork Orange, but that wasn't really on my list. It just came to mind.
It was on the list of ones that people would say they would never watch again.
Was it really?
Yeah. But I guess there's a big R word scene that would be triggering.
Yeah.
You said drug use, and I can't even think of when the drug use was happening. No, I go straight to the fight scene because they were like a gang, and then they were like, yeah, we're gonna pick you guys up, and like, I don't know. I rewatched that part a lot.
That's the part you remember.
And I didn't like go into it. I know they tie him to that thing and they keep his eyes open because they're trying to reprogram his brain or something like that. Oh,
I don't think I'd watch it again. No, it's not one of those like on my list of like, you know what, I should watch this with the kids.
It's an original. I know, right? Don't watch the kids. It's an original story though, and
there's a lot of original stories that's just whatever.
I know. Oh, I know. But I feel like we live in the world of remakes, so it's cool to see.
Right. Yeah, I guess so.
Something that even if it's so bad, it's good.
Yeah, like I can think of a couple bad movies that are not good.
Oh, like they're not good at all? Like just bad?
Like, you should just, like if you were to run across it and a group of friends are like, hey, we're going to go watch Snow Falling on Cedars, you're going to turn around and go the fuck home. Because you might as well. Because you'll fall asleep at home more comfortably than you will on someone else's sofa. It's that fucking boring.
You're like, don't even spend the quality time with your friends. Just
no. I mean, unless you're going to like have a drinking game for every boring point in the film.
You're drunk.
You will be drunk in 30 minutes.
Okay, but it's called Snow Falling on Cedars, which to me sounds like what you're going to listen to before you fall asleep.
Yes.
It's like...
Yes. Snow Falling on Cedars.
It's just barely hear anything.
If you do like the film, I don't know.
I mean, I've never even heard of it.
I don't know. Yeah, it's
so
right.
I'm not allowed to have an opinion on it?
Yeah. So it was a DVD that was given to us, recommended. By a friend. We're like, you should watch this. So I think I still have it.
Did you miss something or?
No, we watched the whole fucking movie.
But there wasn't. What did you call that friend immediately after and say, hello? What?
Well, we were being polite. Did you like the movie? Oh, it was a good movie.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. Dude, if you're my friend in real life, be fucking straight up with me because I don't have time for small talk.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
If you didn't like it, be like, Brittany, that shit was stupid. And I'll be like, I like your opinion. I loved it. Yeah. You didn't like it. That's okay. Yeah. But I mean, I understand being polite, but I would have been like.
Yeah, they weren't like. They weren't like good friends. They were like friends of friends.
If you didn't tell me, I would be mad.
Well, I mean, they went to the point of recommending it and giving us a DVD.
Friends enough that they hated it and they wanted to get rid of it, and you were an easy way to.
It was new.
Oh, it was brand
new. They must have bought it for us.
Somebody bought it for them, and they're like, "This movie sucks."
Yeah, that's true.
It's a re-gift.
I'm trying to see
good friend enough that will be watching this podcast because
no one that will be watching
I was
this.
pretty specific.
And if they are, sorry, that DVD sucked ass.
And
thanks for wasting 2 hours of my life.
Please tell us that you just regifted it because you already knew it was bad. And
no, so Ethan and I have been building this. We kind of designed it. We haven't built it yet. A disc shooter.
Okay.
A CD shooter.
Oh.
Like this high-speed freaking...
Like a skeet shooter?
Kind of, but it shoots discs.
That's cool.
So we designed it. We have parts of it cut out, and I have the stuff ready to build on it. And I have a stack of discs that's in that stack.
What are we going to shoot with? What are we going to shoot the discs with?
What do you mean? What are you going to shoot it at?
No, what are we going to... Are we going to shoot them in the air and then shoot them?
No, it shoots them at high speed to where they shatter.
Oh, we're just shattering
We're just destroying discs.
Oh, I thought we were going to...
We're blowing up discs.
I thought we were going to shoot them in the air and then, like, duck hunt that shit.
No, it's got a really high-speed wheel that puts it under friction. As soon as the disc falls on the wheel, it just shoots it off.
Oh, okay.
As long as you're pulling the trigger. Otherwise,
so don't be in the...
don't be in its path, because it'll slice you.
I was going to say, don't be...
It'll cut you.
So where are we going to stand? Behind like a plexiglass or something?
Just like you would with any other weapon, behind the weapon.
Unless it goes...
It's not a fucking frisbee. It's not a boomerang, dude.
It came back and hit me.
If you shot it in the air at an angle, then yeah, it might come back at you like a frisbee does.
I feel like I would be the one.
But a frisbee is cupped, so it grabs the air. I think the disc would just kind of do this. Oh, it comes back and just nails you in the forehead.
If I die, it's death by disc.
Death by snow falling on Cedar's disc. It's the one disc. No. It's the one disc that fucking kills us.
Honestly, though, like if I get hit by a PT Cruiser, I'd be so fucking mad, okay? Because I don't like PT Cruisers. So if that's the death of me, I'm gonna be upset. If I'm gonna be upset...
So when you're walking down the street, I'm gonna have my buddy with his PT Cruiser, coming now.
I will be pissed.
Brittany gets fucking plowed over by PT Cruiser.
Other car is acceptable, not a PT Cruiser. So if I die by a movie that's stupid, I'm be even more mad. I'm gonna come back as a ghost and I'm gonna haunt everybody.
She comes to fucking one arm. My arm got cut off by fucking snow falling on Cedars.
Like, dang it! Can't drive my PT Cruiser now. I got one arm.
When this show takes off and we make a show, I'm buying you a PT Cruiser.
I fucking set it on fire. I don't want it.
That's what I would hope. I would hope you jump it off a fucking ramp and.
Oh yeah. Anything else than.
We used to do that here.
But now I feel bad. I'm sorry if you have a PT Cruiser. Not my favorite.
So we used to do that here when we were bored, so we live in.
You used to light cars on fire.
No. We never created fucking arson.
Oh, we did.
No. So when this town that we live in is a bit bigger city, right? But it's still small town mentality. Especially when I was growing up, there was not a whole lot to do.
I feel like when you were growing up, this was like I feel like where we are has grown so much.
The population was half
in
of
the
what
last
it is
2
now.
decades.
So it was 150,000.
Yeah, which
is still big for a city in general, right? We get bored and we would buy junk cars that ran. Like old Yugos or whatever the hell we could find from the junk car for like $300-400, and we would just annihilate them off jumps and everything until they stopped running.
No, you know what? Now
that shit was fun.
I want to have a demolition derby now. Okay, yeah, I'll get my PT Cruiser and I'm gonna paint it up all cute.
We're just gonna do a PT Cruiser demolition derby.
You get whatever car. Oh, only PT Cruisers.
Only PT losers.
It's so good. I almost don't want to give you credit for it because it's so stupid, but it's so good.
Yes.
PT losers. I never even in my life have thought about that, and I've had a hatred for PT Cruisers.
And now you do.
It's
I'm
right
gonna make
there.
a pin.
That's
a PT loser.
Okay, and I'm gonna paint my car, and you can paint your car, and if it's the same color,
I'm gonna paint it poop brown.
I'm going bright. I'm going like orange and red. Mine's gonna be like fire.
I'm not gonna desecrate the fluorescence.
I'm gonna put a picture of Heat Miser on it because I love Heat Miser.
I'm gonna put something on it that I want to crush on the front of it, like the disc of snow falling on Cedar's.
If there's not a picture of this fucking disc on your PT Cruiser car, you don't get to participate because you already said that now.
I'm going to take the actual disc and put it on the fucking bumper. Then just line the bumper with snow falling on Cedar's disc. I'll be the proprietary owner of all snow falling on
all of them. The whole car should be covered in that. That could be your armor.
Just CDs.
That should be your armor on the outside. And you should put your launcher. Well, I don't want them to be decapitated.
Yeah,
but your launcher should be on the car.
I don't want to kill you.
I'm just saying it would be a good weapon. I don't have a weapon yet.
You don't have a weapon yet. Flamethrower.
And then we'll find an empty lot and we'll just fucking hit our cars together.
And then we'll just ditch them there.
No, we absolutely take care of them. No, we'll just drive them up to the real demolition derby that's happening and leave them there. No, like, whose are these? Like, I don't know. Somebody would take them.
We'll just never actually register them.
Who would want a PT Cruiser demolition? I don't know, but I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
And
we got to raise some funds for that one.
Oh, well, a lot. Yeah, a lot.
It'll be a little down the line.
I don't know if we started a GoFundMe of PT Cruiser demolition derby, how many people would actually participate in that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It would not a lot.
It's not a lot. You get like $5 or $6 in there.
You know what? It would be worth it. And if I ever get rich, I will be the sole investor for this entire project.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Awesome. I'm in.
As soon as I hit the lottery.
I got half down.
But then everyone's gonna know I'm rich. Shit.
No, it just gotta be when the show takes off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is this episode. Duh. Hey.
Just this episode here. This one now.
Right this second. We just hit 1,000 subscribers.
Anyway,
I know that's not taking off, but that's our next goal. We have goals here.
We do. We have our next milestone will be 1,000
Will be
subscribers.
1,000.
Yeah.
Which is weird because we went from 0 to 100 and you're like, that's going to take forever. Now you're going from 100 to 1,000. You're like, that's even bigger.
You know that.
Tell your friends.
That was probably the longest time it took for our channel to get to was that 1,000 mark. And then we hit 2,000 like immediately after that. And then we hit 10,000 immediately after that. But I've been stagnant.
So it's that one, it's that, because I do have a channel that has 2,000.
Yeah.
But I don't do anything with it.
I have
so
one
I'm
that has
not
a couple
like
thousand too that I
monetized.
stopped. They demonetized my channel 2 years ago.
I'm sure they did.
I haven't uploaded because I haven't uploaded in a while.
I don't hang out, but I like talk to people that have been do YouTube forever, and it's like a bunch of them were posting that like their channels that have been monetized for years, or they just took it out.
Took away the monetization.
Like,
if you're not producing any content for any longer, they're not going to monetize you.
But then also I get it as well, especially from a business standpoint. It's like if I own this company where the creators are what's pretty much making my money. It's like if you're not creating, then meh.
Yeah, no. If you think about it, so like say I create. Well, you can look at TV. We can look at stuff on Netflix.
Okay.
If I watch a show on Netflix that was created in the 50s.
Okay.
Those people's fucking estates or those people themselves are still going to get credit for me watching that fucking show.
Yeah.
No matter what. Because the network or Netflix or Amazon or whoever, they're going to get paid for you watching that show.
Allegedly though, but
right?
Streaming services don't pay out revenue like they do on network TV.
Not like they used to.
So it had to be on a channel.
Say it's on Channel 5 or whatever, right? It's on fucking KTLA or something like that, right? So somebody's watching a show on there. The people are going to get royalties for that view. Yeah. That one view. It's not going to be much, but they're going to get royalties for
something.
it. So if I create a piece of content that is getting views 10 years from now, and I stop making content, why shouldn't I still get revenue from it?
You know what, you're absolutely
people
right.
are still watching it, they're going to the effort of watching this whole video, so commercials are still being played on this video. YouTube is still getting money from it.
Yeah.
They're just not going to give you a cut.
No, I understand. Yeah. Like that is kind of fucked
shady.
Up. That is shady as fuck.
If they say, okay, we're not going to monetize you anymore, but there's not going to be commercials played on your video anymore, different story.
So they're still playing commercials.
Of course they are.
But you don't get the monetization revenue.
Exactly. So just like I watch a lot of Philip DeFranco, right?
That's fucked up.
And he gets a lot of his videos demonetized because it's not safe for YouTube consumption, right?
But it's news. It's
so irrelevant. It's demonetized. But they still play commercials on there.
Oh, gosh.
So YouTube is still making money on it. He's just not getting a chunk.
But so he's doing all the work.
Oh, yeah.
And not just him. I know he's got a full team. But him and his team are doing the work.
His company is making all this content.
He gets demonetized, but then YouTube
makes all the money. He makes zero. So that's why they rely so heavily on sponsors.
Sponsors is huge. Yeah.
Sponsors are huge. And people are like, oh, I hate these fucking commercials. I'm like, yeah, but without these commercials, your creators, your favorite creators out there don't exist.
Exactly.
They just don't.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, not saying that's a major revenue stream for them, but it does subsidize a lot of it, and it does probably pay for their staff. It pays for all the people they employ.
And I completely agree.
You know what I'm saying?
And when you put it in that context of like, even if you created it 10 years ago, what's keeping it from still being relevant today, or why?
Like I said,
why because of that passage of time? So now they're saying because X amount of time has passed, like it's not good anymore.
Right.
Like that's not
okay. If they say that they're going to, okay, you're no longer making content, we're going to suppress your channel. Different story. Because now they're going to say, well, you're not making content. You're no longer relevant in the stream.
But your stuff can still...
Your stuff can still get monetized if people find your stuff.
If for some reason they got dug up...
If I get some nostalgia and go watch some Niga Higa, right? I go want to watch some Ryan fucking do some funny shit on his channel. He doesn't produce content anymore.
That's true, but he did for a long time.
So I can go on there, hey, Brittany, check out this video from fucking 10 years ago. It's fucking hilarious. You got to watch it. Commercial every fucking few minutes, he should still get paid for those commercials, right?
It's weird to me now that honestly, I was ignorant to how it worked, and now that I understand it, it's like, what's keeping, why, because of the passage of time, like, you don't need monetization. Like you said, Ryan Higa, he was #1 for a long time.
Longest time.
So it's like, why would it, so now, even though, because it's from the past, I mean, we do nostalgia, that's what we do. But now you're saying because it's from the past, it's not as good?
Right.
That's bullshit.
Their
of course it
content
is.
was phenomenal, but when what's-his-name left to go be an engineer, what's his buddy's name? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not
anyway,
good on names.
When he left to go be an engineer up in San Francisco, the channel took a dive, and then he stopped making content. Now he just does live streams.
But so what?
But his live streams are boring because he doesn't acknowledge the audience at all.
Well, maybe because that's probably his easiest way to still be a creator.
Yeah, for sure, still be relevant.
Right now,
still be relevant.
He did put in a lot of work. It takes a lot of work.
Yeah, I think that's on Higa TV, but Niga Higa was one of their other channels. That one no longer.
That's
creates
gone.
content.
But that was
3 years ago that they stopped making content.
And it's like even if they stopped making it, it's still there though.
Yeah.
Why not enjoy it?
Yeah.
You know, the nostalgia factor of it. And I've also
from time to time I'll show friends, hey, check this video out. It's fucking hilarious because it's something we have to be talking about.
Yeah. And also like, I mean, there's some that stick with you. Like everyone has their favorite videos or like comedy sketches or whatever, right? I mean, there's one bad lip reading that video of like Twilight, and it probably came out 10, 11 years ago.
But it's
and
funny.
We still fucking reference it today.
It's funny.
And we would I would watch it now today because like a lot of those videos, like the Charlie bit my fingers and shit, it's like, it's still funny. It's still just like our media from the past is still funny. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, oh, the Three Stooges, like it was a long time ago, so like, no, nothing's out. And it's like, of course you're still going to have fans and you're still going to have an audience that wants to watch it.
Of course.
But now it's funny that they take away, you're like, oh, well, you're not creating more for us, so we're just fucking cutting you out.
Just the logic behind it is lost.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
But then maybe, I don't know, it's a lot of people because only, what is it, like the percentage of YouTubers, there's only a small percentage that even have 1,000 subscribers in the basis of how big of an area it is.
Yeah, so YouTube as a whole, I think it's like 0.1% are in the millions, and then like 1% are in the thousands.
Yeah. So it's
really
a
small
gap. It's not, it's huge. And you think it's like a huge, everyone's all making all this money and blah, blah, blah. And there are people, of course, and look at Mr. Beast. Like, he fucking rented out a whole theme park in Japan. Like, that's just not cheap.
No. No,
we can't rent out theme park shit.
No, his rise to fame has been pretty astonishing to watch.
But he never stopped.
No.
Consistency.
No, he's consistent about it, and the content because he just came out with another video that beat out his Squid Games video.
That's the one I'm talking about. It
was awesome.
It was his not Squid Games, but it's pretty much he has $1 vacation to like $250,000 vacation.
Oh yeah, he did that one.
That's the one.
And the other one, the one they just put out a few days ago, outbeat that one.
No, there's no way. Because I just
the one they
read
did for every country. They invited somebody from every country in the world to compete for $250,000. That one beat out
the other one because I was like
So he did world record on top of world record.
He just beat a record.
Yeah, he did. He did. And then 2 weeks later, he beat out another one. It was fucking nuts. Yeah, so impressive. Anyway.
Shout out to Carl, your big favorite. I'm just going to say that.
Carl?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I dislike Carl.
Yeah, well, so does Troy. Maybe it's a girl thing. Like, maybe Carl gives off more feminine energy, and that's why girls like him. Yeah. Like, because I wanted to buy his freaking gummies at the store.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I would buy them and stop them. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not anti-Carl.
Are you a Chandler fan?
No, I don't like Chandler. I think Chandler is a dumbass. Chandler.
So who are you, a Chris fan?
Yeah, I love Chris.
So Chris is your number one.
Chris always has been. If Jimmy were to give up his channel tomorrow, I feel like he should give it to fucking Chris.
He would go to Chris. Okay, you know what? That's true though.
It should go to all three of them, honestly.
Chris was my first favorite, but then I don't know, like there was something about Carl, and I was like, oh.
I've never liked Carl. Ever since he came to be, he's been an obnoxious little shit to me.
Because he's confident.
He's not confident.
Yes, he is.
That's not what it is.
What is it?
Arrogance.
You think it's an arrogance thing? You think that little motherfucker is so arrogant?
Yeah.
He's like this tall, and he's like scrawnier than me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it's arrogant.
I don't know what it is. I just dislike him. I don't think it's confidence.
I love this. Who's your favorite cast member on Mr. Beast?
That's a good question.
And why is it Carl?
And why is it not Carl?
I will stand Carl.
So many people that have come and gone.
I know, and that's it. But that's I was like Chris and Carl are my two. Have always been my number ones.
Chris,
I guess they're tied for
Chandler.
They're tied for first.
Chandler's not bad, but he's always been such a whiny shit about a lot of things, and he quits. I'm not a big quitter kind of person.
Yeah, like you're like just go through with it.
Just fucking do it. He just quits, and all the time. I mean, I think that was his shtick for the longest time.
I was gonna say I think that's his spiel. Which if I started with that one, I'd be cool because he never wins, but then they'd be like, oh well, this one Chandler's gonna win because he hasn't won, and I'm like, they let him win.
They let him
a lot of the time.
Exactly.
I don't know. I like Chandler too. Obviously it's a good
I don't dislike
channel
Chandler
because we're
talking about it. Yeah,
about
exactly. And what's another film? Let's jump back into film that you won't watch.
That I won't. First of all, I just want to say this though, because we are on the topic of it. Shout out to Chris. Good for you being exactly who you are.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, you do you, bud.
You do you.
Yeah.
We spell with a K now instead of a C, so.
Yeah.
And it's she, her.
Oh, she actually picked pronouns because it was for a while. I don't care what you call me.
I thought, well, she was on Anthony Padilla's show and said, "I am a woman." So with that statement, I would assume
I would
it's
say she, her.
It's a
yeah,
she, her.
because I thought for a moment on Trash Talk TikTok.
Trash Talk.
She, I guess, said that I don't care what pronouns you call me.
I think there was an in-between, but I think with that video coming out
I think it was trying to lessen the blow for Jimmy.
I think so too, which and that's
that she has to do that is bullshit.
If you do watch
See how easy that was for me to go from he to she? It's so fucking simple. It's really not hard.
If you do watch the interview, she goes into context of how Jimmy was aware, years ago.
Course.
Like,
they've been
best friends. It's like,
of course he would know.
And people are, and then, that's when she was like, oh, and they're saying, like, Jimmy can't, like, side with me because this and that. And it's just like...
No, you're just trying to create drama.
Just let her be who she is.
Yeah, exactly.
Who gives a shit what fucking clothes she wants to wear or how she wants to do her hair?
Yeah.
It's still Chris, so that's why we love her. We love her. We loved him. We love her. It is what it is. It's all love.
Yeah. It affects me at 0%.
0%. It doesn't matter.
No.
But everyone hates Carl. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's easy though.
Hi, Carl.
Carl's a bitch.
Hi.
Just kidding.
Do you think he'll say hi to me ever?
Yeah, eventually.
Yes.
When we get freaking up there.
Wait.
Yeah.
That would be insane. Yeah. Insane. I know you wouldn't give a fuck, and neither would Troy. He's like not on that train.
Hey, Troy. High five, dude. High five, bud. I'm right there with you.
Anti-girl. Yeah. Okay, back to films.
Back to films. What film do you dislike?
This one, I do not dislike it.
What?
After I watched it, my world was changed forever.
Oh.
So I'm like, I can't go through those emotions again. It's almost the same thing as how Click was. Like, I just can't go more.
Wow. I know. Go for it. Yeah. It's so deep. It's so deep, this one.
Oh, yes. This one, Requiem for a Dream.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of intense things happen.
Lots and lots and lots and lots.
And then more happens, and then more, and
it doesn't stop happening.
And it doesn't stop
until the movie is over.
Exactly. So it's one of those things you're in this intense motion constantly.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking roller coaster, and it's after you watch it, you're kind of like fucked up for a little bit afterwards.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh no, I can see that one.
Exactly.
No,
so then
that's quite the fucking film, dude.
If you haven't seen it, proceed with caution.
Yes.
Lots of triggers. But
many triggers.
If you're okay with that and you think you can handle it, I do recommend it as a film.
Yeah.
It is a fantastic film.
If you are like chemically imbalanced, I don't know that I would go through.
I'm not, so maybe that's why it fucked me up so bad.
Yeah.
It's rough.
I don't mean high. If you're high, it's probably better actually.
Not that chemically. Oh fuck!
No.
I don't know if I wouldn't recommend watching it.
High?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Out of all this shit,
I agree with that wholeheartedly on your freaking selection on that one. It's not just a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster that climbs for like 1,000 feet, and then the drop. It just doesn't stop.
No, and right, like it's like okay, we should be going to this part now. It's like no,
it just keeps going,
and it keeps going,
and your stomach's just up in your throat the whole time.
Absolutely, the mother story broke my heart so bad. That even when I see the dude who, Shooter McGavin, I don't know his real name, which is going to drive me nuts. And I'm so sorry for that. But he plays the character Shooter McGavin. He's in that movie. And if I see him, it does trigger me back to that movie.
Interesting.
Because he's the host. And for me, the mother story was what really got me.
Got it.
And so it's like, great movie, but hard to watch. It's nuts. It did change my life. Yeah. So I don't want to watch it again. Maybe I would I don't know, maybe I would go full circle, but I mean, that's the thing is it's weird because there are stupid movies that I would never watch again because they're dumb, But then there's movies that...
There's so many of those. I know. You could probably rattle them off for the next fucking year.
We should have a list just going
Just going right here on the screen.
This movies that, like, these
movies just should never be watched.
Like, these movies are almost so good that my emotions can't handle it. Like, I don't want to feel these feelings that they're making me, that they're portraying out there.
Right.
So it's not a knock on the movie. I'm just not going to see it again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Jared Leto. He's in other stuff, though.
Yeah.
So you can see him in other things. I think is he in the new Wonka?
What? Oh, yeah. Is he?
I think so.
Oh.
Maybe not. I saw
a preview. It comes out on Christmas. I can't wait.
Oh, it does?
I'm so excited. Yeah, I think December 15th.
Oh, yeah. I love Christmas time.
Yeah, I can't wait for that movie to come out.
It'll be good, I think.
Yeah, we should do a video on Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory then.
Oh, I have so much to say.
Oh, so much.
And I'm not going to say it right now because
anyway, we'll get into that later.
That would be a 4-hour video.
But we're going to talk about the original.
Just the original, yeah.
And the second one. We have to.
Okay.
And then
we will.
And then the new one.
I have lots to say.
Yeah.
That's for the future, but we're rewinding it.
Yeah, we'll rewind it then. What movie do you remember from back in the day that made you afraid of the dark? Or are you afraid of the dark?
Okay, there's 2 instances I can recall that I was scared.
Yeah.
After seeing one movie in particular. It was called Dead Silence. I don't know if you've heard it.
No.
It's a horror movie about like fucking like ventriloquist dolls.
Oh, okay. Mine's about a doll.
It's a stupid movie though. Like, it's dumb. But
like poorly done?
I was scared. I mean,
okay.
I was scared. I'm not a horror movie person. I don't even know why I saw it, but I saw it.
I only watched this because we were with a bunch of cousins and everybody wanted to watch it.
At the same time. So, like, I was driving home in the middle of the fucking night, like, looking over my shoulder and shit. Yeah. Like, I was, I was literally terrified of that
really?
one. And now I'm wondering what this one is to see if...
So mine is not... It has to do with dolls.
Okay.
It has to do with a single doll.
Is it Annabelle?
No, it's Chucky.
Oh, Chucky. But I feel like Chucky's fun.
So, I watched it when I was... I don't remember how old. Maybe I was 12.
Yeah.
11. I don't know what it was. We were at cousin's house. And where they lived in the LA area, their house was weird.
Haunted?
So you drove down this long alleyway.
Okay.
And you went behind the power grid. So their house was behind this massive power grid. But it was just by itself. There was a dirt field with a bunch of containers. I don't know what he did for a living, whatnot, but it was a cousin.
You need to dig into this cousin's work.
So it was really odd where this house was located. And there was one floodlight from the house that went out, and then one floodlight from the power plant, from the power grid that went out to part of the field.
Okay.
So we watched this movie. It's at night, and this was probably beginning of fall. It's right after Halloween. So we decided after we finished...
Perfect timing.
Exactly. We finished watching this movie, and what are we going to go do? We're going to go play hide and seek.
In the dark.
But of course.
Mm-hmm. There's no other way.
At one point, everybody else had been found, and I was hiding, and I heard something. It was probably a fucking rat or something stupid. Yeah. But I go to run, and I froze in fear. Just because you couldn't move? I couldn't fucking move. What was? I had never been afraid of the dark prior to that, until that fucking moment. That's what I'm saying. There's when you watch something like that, like one of those things that fucks you up, like you say. Yeah, it fucks you up. Me up. It triggers you into. Dude, this is a stupid story, and I feel dumb for even saying this, but it did scare me. I literally watched when Five Nights at Freddy's first came out. Okay. I know. I'm already on. I watched PewDiePie play it. Okay. And, at first, I'm like, I watched the whole series. I'm like, this is fun. And, I worked at Chuck E. Cheese, so it's like, this is real familiar to me because it's like a knockoff of Chuck E. Cheese. Sure. Watch the whole thing like it was nothing. I'm like, oh, that was cool. What a fun game. I'm literally laying in my bed, sitting in my room, and my closet door is just slightly askew. Oh, yeah. And the shit your mind sees. And it's dark in there. And I'm like, they're fucking Freddy's right there. This or shadow, that box shit's gonna pop out, and now that's and I'm gonna grow a fucking adult. Like, I don't know how old I was. Funny. Maybe 25. Like, I'm a grown adult in my own house, freaking out about my closet. Well, yeah, I can imagine. I mean, even right now, I'm a grown ass adult, and I'll go get a drink of fucking water or something
in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night,
and be scared.
I will never look into a mirror.
Oh, I
in the
never
dark.
thought about that.
I never look.
You never played Bloody Mary?
That's why I will never look into a
Did
fucking
you do it?
mirror. Yeah, I was fucking terrified.
What
but
was so
obviously
scary about it?
I don't know, just the idea of being in the
Just
dark
the idea
and,
of it?
and something moving in the
We did
background.
that every day.
So to this very day, I will never I'll go to the bathroom like if I get hot, I'll wash my hands really quick in cold water and it cools me down for whatever reason. I'll go to the bathroom. Got a mirror in front of the bathroom. I'll be looking down.
Just aren't.
I will look down the entire time.
I will turn on the light.
I won't
usually.
because it'll wake up Chauncey.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I will turn on the light.
or I'll go downstairs because I can turn on all the lights.
There you go. Or I won't, if there's a baby, I'm sorry, Trey, I love you, but if there's a baby involved, I will not wake up that baby, but another adult, I'm probably going to turn on the light.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll turn on like,
over it.
if I do turn on a light, it'll be like the closet light because it doesn't shine directly into our room.
Doesn't shine into it, yeah. No, very polite, very nice. But if I'm scared, I'm going to turn the light on.
The only time I pop on all the lights is if I hear a noise and I have to clear the house.
Okay.
Then I'll pop on all the
Does that
lights.
happen often, or do you as a, and I'm saying as a male because majority of the time
and I'll explain why, but yeah.
It's the dad that takes care of the situation. Like in my house, it's all women and there's one man.
Right.
And if he's not there, I know that I'm the one who's going to have to go check the noise.
Yeah.
But if he's there, I'm not moving. Like, you have to go check the noise.
Yes.
Like, it might be a double standard towards men.
Nope, I do it all the time.
But
I'll hear a big crash.
Do you go into it like, oh, nothing can hurt me? Or do you go into it like scared to open the door? Like, you don't know what's going to be on the other side of it.
So.
Do you feel scared?
No.
No. You're like, I got
because
this.
I will go through the effort of popping on lights as I go. Because as much as I wouldn't mind freaking taking a dude out that's coming into the house, because we all know it's going to be a dude, I'm not going to. I'd rather them run like a little bitch that they are because they hear somebody in the house versus them coming in and doing a home invasion in my house and actually like taking us out.
Yeah.
So I'd rather clear it with lights on and I can see clearly and know what's going on. I'm not going to sneak around in my own house. I'm going to pop lights on and I'm going to be...
Hey! I'm here!
I'm going to be fucking loud and I'm going to be obvious. So
you want to scare them out?
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather them fucking run.
If you raised your voice and I was breaking into your house, I'd be fucking out so quick.
Right.
I'd be like, oh, they're pissed.
Yeah.
Also, if you do break into my house, I'm sorry. We don't got nothing. What's a movie that you will not watch it because it's dumb? Or like it's
Roadhouse.
not... You're so quick to answer.
Roadhouse.
I've never seen it. I only know it from Family Guy because when Peter kicks something and he goes, Roadhouse.
Yes. Yeah. So
is that what happens in the movie?
Patrick Swayze is the lead freaking role in the movie.
He's the guy.
And there's this bar and this biker gang is coming to... Anyway, it's the story, the plot line to it is so stupid that it's almost... It all takes place in a spot that it's like, if everybody just left... everything would be fine.
Yeah.
But they stay to fight.
They stay no matter
what. And he like rips a dude's, he fights this dude and he rips his throat out with his fingers. I'm like literally physically rips it out. I'm like, it's so stupid. I'm like, that would never happen. You could not do that physically the way you did it.
Reached his hand in and pulled out like a skeleton?
No, he grabbed the dude's throat to go choke him and ripped his esophagus out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No. It was, I don't know, it was just kind of dumb.
Kind of graphic.
That part was graphic. But the movie itself was so fucking stupid.
It's just not a good one.
It's just not, I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, I say cool. But there's so many other movies that are that style that just do it better. That's just not a good one.
Roadhouse.
It's just crap. And there are a lot of really good Patrick Swayze movies. That's not it.
Roadhouse. It's just crap.
It's just crap. Roadhouse.
So
don't eat here. Yeah.
Don't eat here.
Don't eat here.
I feel like you know what? I feel like that's a staple movie, but not. I guess I've never heard anyone say like how much they love it. Maybe it's just a reference or
just a reference.
It's just it's in pop culture. It's a bigger thing. I've never seen it, so
it's over. If it is that far into pop culture, in my opinion, then it's not just a movie I would never watch again. It's overrated.
It's overrated.
Oh,
it's an overrated movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now I'm trying to think of all mine were so deep. I'm trying to think of a movie that I wouldn't watch again.
Stupid.
Because it was stupid. And honestly, like some horror movies I have seen are just fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah,
like you sit there and they're like, there's no story, there's no plot. You were using scary music to like jump scare me a little bit, and there's not a story to be had here. It was
or the story is so weak and feeble that it just falls apart.
That it just falls apart. You're like, we're stuck in this house and we're gonna get killed. Like, fucking leave the house, dude. Or like the phone one's like, my phone's gonna take me over. Like, take the battery out.
there's so many of these freaking movies that could have ended so much quicker because the reason for things happening could just be annihilated or ended.
Oh yeah, you know what? And we've talked about this movie before in our graduation episode, Euro Trip. He gets drunk, and he's emailing his pen pal who he thinks is a dude, and sends him one like, "Oh, you're gross," like, because she was like, "Hey, let's hook up," and he was like, His brother comes in like, "No, it's a girl, like the hottest
Micah?
girl."
When he was
Mika, or
Mika.
like her name is Mika,
well, he was
not
saying
Mike.
Micah.
He was saying Mike,
Micah.
and he goes, "No, it's Mika." And then they're like, she blocked my email. What are we gonna do? Like, and they're like, you're gonna have to go to Europe.
Yeah.
And I gotta give credit to Troy because he's the one who said it. He goes, or email her from a different email account. And I'm like, oh my God.
That's literally what I thought. Why don't you email her
and
from the
that's
other
all you would
account?
have to do. Hey, Mika, I'm so sorry. I was fucking drunk last night. This was not meant for you. I hope you can unblock me. Blah 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 blah.
But we got a good film out of it.
We did get a great movie.
I love fucking Euro
But I'm
Trip.
like, that is like a big plot. But I guess I love the movie so much that I never even thought of that for a second.
Right.
It's so easy though.
There's a lot of
It's
those.
right there.
Oh, I know.
Just send another email.
That's it.
It's
Yeah.
the end.
There's a lot of movies could end very quickly because of lack of communication.
Because of community. Oh, almost, I would say 90% of movies.
Or TV shows for that matter.
Or TV shows.
TV shows, hands down, like 99% of shows wouldn't exist if people just spoke.
If they spoke, because it's always a misunderstanding,
Always.
right?
Every fucking time.
This person said this and this person said this.
Exactly.
And then they were like, shoot,
we're all stupid.
We're all stupid.
We're all
and
stupid.
All these crazy things happen because we didn't communicate.
Because
it's
we
like,
didn't talk.
Yeah, why didn't you just say what was going on?
Exactly. I'm like, I thought about it, and I really wanted to tell you, blah, blah, blah. Show's over. No more seasons.
But that's the thing, is it's not entertaining.
It's not entertaining. People love the drama.
There has to be drama.
Yeah, and the drama is because so-and-so said this, and so-and-so didn't say this because you didn't tell me, and you lied to me.
Exactly. Or they're like, oh, we can't find out. I don't know. It's always weird to me when they're like, oh, I want to like impress this person really bad, but like I'm just big secret thing, but don't tell her. And it's like, me, I want to know. Like I said earlier, I don't like secrets. Like, just be straight up. When I got proposed to, I figured it out, but then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting proposed to, and then like everyone was staring at me, and I'm like, I was all weirded out about it. Plus, I smoked weed before, and at the time, but I didn't smoke. I wasn't smoking weed at the time. And I decided to because we were on vacation, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be crazy and I'm gonna smoke, and I did. In this time I was not a smoker, so I was high.
So you're blown.
I was and then I figure out what's happening in front, and not to mention like I am in my pajamas. I am like, Troy went and got dressed, and he's like all nice, but I didn't even think twice about that. So what happened is as boxes came out, it was like a big box, then I opened it and there was another box, and I'm like, this is gonna box down, but I'm high as fuck. Like I'm super fucking high. So I'm like, dang, I'm gonna get proposed to right now in my head, and of course I'm excited because I just love my life.
Sure.
But my mind state, I'm like, and everyone's like this too while I'm opening.
Oh, I was recording you.
Like I'm not gonna figure that out. So now I'm.
Thanks for giving it away,
so now
asshole.
I'm center of attention, high as fuck. Everyone's like this, and I'm like, I'm like, okay, it's coming. Blah blah blah.
There's video of this. There's video of this somewhere.
Oh, somewhere.
Oh shit.
I don't have it because I wasn't.
We have
recording.
to find this.
And so, everything feels like slow motion because I'm fucking high. And so each box I feel like is 20 minutes of like opening. So then it happens, and it was gorgeous, and I said yes. But that in between time, and then I looked at him, I'm like, you let me smoke weed before you fucking proposed to me, knowing that I'm not a smoker? I said, why did you let me do that? And he's like, because if I didn't, you would have known. And I'm like, absolutely I would have. But the pictures would look much better because my eyes are fucked up. In every single proposal
super
picture,
red and fucking
they're so
shut.
fucking red. And I'm like, you can just tell I'm just fucking bliss. Like,
were your eyes barely open?
They were red. Like, they are red. And it like goes in this weird slow motionness, and it's like I couldn't believe, and it was cute and it was fun. Now that I'm thinking about it, I guess there would be fucking video proof of this somewhere.
Dude, this is funny. We gotta find this. Somebody's gotta track this shit down.
I don't know.
We gotta hit up an old friend. They probably deleted it all by now.
I don't know. Probably. I know. And I'm like, so now, and that's been a while. So I think Troy needs to like repropose. Repurpose
pose.
I need a repurposed repose where I'm
not high.
Not high.
Yeah.
And I know I know what's gonna happen. Like just so the pictures aren't fucked up.
Fucking funny.
Yeah. So that so I was gonna propose. Probably don't get high right before.
Yeah.
Wait it out. But he got me with the fucking secrecy because I had no idea.
That's good.
I had no idea. Yeah. But he was going through extremes of like not searching on his phone because when you search something, your ads get.
Oh, yeah.
Put that. Mm-hmm. So he would like have to search on other things so a ring wouldn't come up.
Got it. Yeah.
So he did. He got me good.
Ours wasn't that.
Chauncey wasn't high when you proposed? I'm sure you...
I know it wasn't really that like fantastical either.
What was it?
We were just in our apartment.
And you just said, will you marry me?
Yeah.
But you were already living together.
Yeah, we were just living
So you were going to get married either way.
Yeah.
Which you just had an anniversary.
We did.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
And the year you got married,
yes,
I was like 11.
Yeah.
It's weird in like that context. I don't know. I was like 2001? Wait a second. Like I was...
Yeah, you're
little.
A kid. You were a kid.
Like, and you were off getting married.
Yeah. It's been 22 years.
That's a big, 22
years.
I don't know what anniversary that is, but I'm sure it's something cool.
Copper.
Yeah,
I look them up every year. I'm like, these are fucking
22.
Who made these things up? They're fucking
Did you buy
stupid.
something copper?
No.
You didn't?
I mean, it has copper in it.
What would you get?
She wanted electronics.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's get
So she's really big into Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
She loves that fucking game.
Well, it's awesome.
And she had the little watch for a while that does the auto catching. I had it hacked for her. So it auto catch whenever she's out on the go.
I need that.
Yeah. So as long as it's connected to the app and the app is on,
and then you're good.
It'll auto catch.
I need
all
that
day long. Well, what do you call it? I can't remember the name of the fucking company that produces Pokemon Go. It's not Nintendo. Anyway, they developed a bigger version of it. It's like this big, and it's now an auto catcher automatically. But it's got a better connection to it too. The old one would drop connection all the time.
Yeah, so she needs more to get this. She's got a Pokemon gym. She's got to be the master of.
So I bought her that, and then I bought her a dock, and then I bought her a bunch of other stuff for fucking Pokemon Go, and that's what she wanted.
That's what she wanted, and that's what she got.
That's what she got.
Good for you. You're a good husband. Yeah. I know. I remember I saw you guys at the park one time, and you're like, we're playing Pokemon Go, and I said, I love that you're driving, because I'd be doing the same shit. He's like, we're just driving around, playing Pokemon Go. Yeah. And that was the gym that I took. I only had it for about 3 seconds.
Oh, I know. Those get taken really fast because people are always at the park over here.
Yeah.
They're always
at that one. Yeah. But I got it, and I was excited because I it's so funny you mentioned Pokemon because I got a Switch.
You did?
I did!
Oh,
yes!
awesome.
I know. I'm so excited. And it came with some games on it, and one of them was Pokemon. I'm playing it.
Which one?
Gosh, Diamond maybe.
Okay.
It's but it's just like it's literally the same game as my Pokemon Yellow that I played when I was a kid.
Yeah, they're all pretty similar. The kids ask for them every year, so we always buy them the new version of it.
And it's the same thing though.
For the most part.
I didn't understand how the Pokemon world worked, but it's a girl but it's the same thing. It's Ash and Gary because you always had to have your number one rival, and you go through the caves and the fucking grass, and you can't walk past the trainers. It's the same thing.
For the most part, the storyline's slightly different. The character's a little bit different. The graphics are slightly different, but for the most part, it's the same fucking game.
And I'm in it now.
Yeah.
I'm catching them all. I'm like, I remember how much I love Pokemon, and I'm in it.
Yeah.
So
other game that you probably want to get because it's a shitload of fun is any of the Breath of the Wilds.
Breath of the Wild? I've never heard of that.
It's Link, Zelda.
Oh, there wouldn't be one on there.
There's three games now. The original one, there's part 2, and then there's the newest one. I can't remember what it's fucking called. But if you play any of them,
you're good.
They're just so. I mean, you're talking about hours and hours and hours of quests and then side quests.
Yeah.
You can play indefinitely on that. It's just such a well-made fucking game.
It's a good one.
Really
I haven't tried. I'm being a Pokemon master right now. So after I do that, I can move on to my next quest. I haven't had video games in a long time, so I'm excited.
There you go. That's awesome.
I'm like, yeah.
That's awesome. It's just shit load of fun.
Shout out Switch.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, Nintendo. If Nintendo does one thing very, very well, it's making fucking handheld consoles.
And they do a great job.
They do a great job at it.
And now I feel and my kids are all about it, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, no,
Good mom.
it's definitely a fun toy to have, especially when you go out on vacation and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic.
I'm excited for that
because you can hook it up to your fucking TV.
Yeah,
and then you can just play on the TV. And you can have a
TV.
second controller, so you can have 2 people playing.
Oh yeah, in this bundle we got, it has. We just bought it from a dude, but he had a bunch of stuff
awesome.
and we got all of it. So it's like we have more than enough controllers. We had
Is
friends
it the one with
over.
the controllers that remove?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then we had some. It's an older one, but
Yeah.
it's cool. I don't need an OLED
As long as it works,
screen.
who gives a shit?
It works because I put it on the TV.
Ours is not before the OLED screen.
But I put mine on the TV,
We put it on
right?
the TV all the time.
But you still OLED, whatever. I didn't need the bigger, which is dope.
No, because we dock it. I mean, the kids dock it most 90% of the time.
But if you were taking it on vacation, it's kind of cool to have the bigger
because they
option.
can play in the car. Well, I mean, honestly, it's not that much bigger. The screen is really good size on it. So
I like it. It's
right.
way bigger than the Game Boy screen, I'll tell you that.
Oh, fuck yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I can think of probably another, like, million other movies that are trash. But they're not trash because of any particular reason, just because they were just poorly written.
Yeah.
For the most part, a lot of the movies that are like the spoofs of other movies, like scary movies and stuff like that, they're funny. They're fun. They're pretty shit.
They're shit. Some of them, I don't know.
They're worth watching once at least.
Not another teen movie. I still quote that. Like that one went down because it was my age time, but I feel like that's how it always goes.
Yeah.
Like whenever you see it at that time, like it sticks with you forever. And
sure.
So you get that nostalgia from it. Parody movies are fun, but I also want to know what movies you won't watch anymore.
Oh yeah.
Is there a movie that you will just you're done? I'm not ever again.
Yeah,
refuse to.
What did we miss?
A bunch.
Oh, probably
hundreds.
Probably thousands.
Comment below,
yes,
please.
What movies will you never watch again, or for the first time? You just refuse.
Oh, like refuse. Like your friend said, don't watch it, so you're just out.
Don't refuse. Not for like religious or political reasons. Just for the fact that you think it's going to be a shit story.
That you're just out of it.
Yeah,
you're just like no.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like you guys won't watch anything Carl does because you know you're not a fan.
I will watch everything that Carl does just because Mr. Beast put it together.
That's true.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, also don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and what's my favorite thing to do?
Backhand that freaking bell.
Hell yeah, Belle. The fuck out of here. Beat you like our parents did. Here we go.
It's true.
It's true.
It's very much
That's
so
why
true.
we're here.
Yeah, and we're going to leave it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till the next one.
We'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye. Ready for a show?
I am, motherfucker. Are you?
Okay, here we go. No! Yeah, we hit that at the same time though. It would have been so good.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.